It's 2 days before Christmas. I can't believe it's already here, and I thought that I had all my Christmas shopping done, but I don't think that I do. I told you guys that I would have 3 more healthy dessert recipes for you, and so here they are. I am going to be making fudge, a Christmas classic, a healthy sugar cookie recipe, and ginger snap date nut bites, which are so good and remind me of molasses cookies, and I cannot get enough of those. Of course, they are all super delicious. If you want some more information on exactly how to make healthy desserts, definitely check out my previous video and I'll talk a little bit more about that. I will have it linked down below in the description box. So without further ado, I know we are all super busy. Let's go ahead and get into the video and let's get baking. The first recipe that I am going to make is a chocolate fudge, and this recipe is super simple because it is just 3 basic ingredients that you use equal parts of. I usually use anywhere from a 1/2 cup to a 1/4 cup depending on the size of recipe that I want to make. These 3 basic ingredients are unsweetened cocoa, organic maple syrup, and organic coconut oil. So at first, making this fudge was just a total fail. We were able to save the recipe. We kind of just heated everything up on the stove and then poured it into the pan. And I do recommend, if you use a pan like this, to go ahead and line it with parchment paper, and that way your fudge will just come out easier. But the reason this didn't work is because it's cold outside and my coconut oil is hard. And before, when I had made this recipe, it was just softer. So I made this recipe again with softer coconut oil, and it turns out you really can just stir all 3 ingredients together. So it really is simple as long as your coconut oil is soft. So this time I am actually using a pink silicone mold to make my fudge in, and this makes it super simple to just pop out when you're ready to eat the fudge. First, I just put down some chopped pecans and my dried fruit, and then spoon the chocolatey mixture on top. Then you can just pop this in the fridge or the freezer for a couple of hours for the fudge to harden. Next, I am making maple sugar cookies, so I am first just gathering all of my ingredients, which I will have listed with the amounts in my description box below. And I actually found this recipe from Real Food, Real Deals, and I will link that original recipe below as well. So after I have combined my dry ingredients together and then my wet ingredients together, I am slowly stirring in the dry ingredients into the wet. Once everything is combined, I just cover this with plastic wrap and place in the fridge for 45 minutes. And then I also recommend, if you want to, make a ball with the mixture and wrap that with the plastic wrap. After my dough has chilled, I just roll it out with almond meal to about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch and make my cutouts. Then I just bake them at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. Now I will need 4 ingredients for my buttercream icing: softened butter, coconut or another plant-based milk, powdered sugar, and vanilla. I start by beating the butter, and then I slowly add the powdered sugar a little at a time until it is all incorporated with the butter. Next I add the vanilla, and then thin out the icing using anywhere from 1/3 to 1/4 cup of coconut milk. So obviously this icing is not super healthy, and when it came to adding color, I thought that I had a genius idea by adding the dehydrated fruits and veggies in Juice Plus. But the color was less than vibrant. I did add a little extra beetroot powder to the red, which I would recommend along with spirulina for the green. This will give your icing a bolder color without all of the artificial dyes. And once you have that color that you want, you can either spoon it into a pastry bag or a plastic bag and just snip the end. Lastly, I'm making ginger snap date nut bites. So the first thing I'm doing is just gathering all of my ingredients, which I will have listed in the description box below, along with the original recipe for you guys. And then to get started, I just give my nuts a good chop in the food processor. I am mostly using almonds, but I also have about 1/2 cup of walnuts and pecans. Next, I am adding my dates by snipping them into smaller pieces, followed by a 1/2 inch nub of ginger before pulsing. Lastly, I add my spices and molasses, blending everything until it comes together. Now, these raw bites are almost ready. I just roll them into balls and keep them in the fridge. These are so good, and the flavor just gets better and better with time. So Merry Christmas, guys. I hope that you have just had an awesome holiday season, and I hope that on Christmas or whenever you're able, you can spend time with loved ones and just relax and have an awesome holiday. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel, because not only my next video am I going to be showing you how we enjoyed our Christmas, but I am also going to be sharing with you my hot chocolate recipe. It's homemade. And also I'm going to be having homemade marshmallows, so that's super cool. I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to turn out super cute. So definitely subscribe so you'll get notified when I post that video. And yeah, Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. Thanks, y'all.